3, 2, 1, go!
Hey everyone, Aaron here. Now, I know many of you guys are just so happy and also equally full of emotions after today, because a series that aired almost 4.5 years ago, almost 5, we're actually going on to the 5th year almost, came out. It took everyone by storm because they had seen a show that at first seemed kind of simple, it seemed a little strange, but then became known as probably one of the best isekai ever released in the history of anime. Like, it's, for some people it is considered the best. I'm definitely one of them. I actually love the series more, I think, than any isekai I've ever seen before. There's like several great isekai that have come out over the years, but this one's just the best one. That's right, folks, we are talking about ReZero. Now, and by the way, this is the limited edition and like the box cover for the first 2 parts of ReZero, the Blu-ray. So if you can still buy this, I think it's still available for the most part. It's actually pretty cool. It's got the back. Okay, but we're not here for this. We'll throw this aside. Don't worry about that. I threw it in my bed, by the way, so don't panic and go, oh my god, he threw. It's safe. We've been waiting a long time. It's almost been as bad as it was when Attack on Titan, the first season to the second season, came out. It took a while. Episode 26. I'm going to call this episode 1 for just make it simpler, because I don't really want to follow the consecutive timeline type thing. But episode 1 of ReZero season 2 almost was like we didn't miss a beat, and I have to give it credit. That is probably one of the coolest things I've seen done in a while, where it didn't do any recap, even though it's a 29-minute long episode. And by the way, folks, it uses all 29 minutes of the episode. It's not like, oh, intro of recap or opening, closing songs. Nothing. It is legit the beginning to the end. The very last few seconds are what you see, where you see the title and all that, but you don't see up to that point anything but episode. That's amazing. But they continue off like it's just another episode. It's just another part of the series, and I love how they did that. I think it's such a well thought out and executed idea. So, if you guys are not too familiar with how ReZero ended the last season, I'm not gonna go into the schematics of that because that would take me all freaking long, and I don't feel like doing a 90-minute review. I would highly suggest, if you were like many people, I had to do it myself. I rewatched a lot of ReZero before the second season came out because I wanted to make sure I wasn't too like, what happened here? Who are these people? Because they do right away throw in various enemies, various people that if you have no idea the lore of ReZero, or you've forgotten a lot of it, like probably many of you out there probably have, it's gonna be a little strange. But I'm gonna continue off of that. So from here on out, it's gonna be where it's a simplified thing. Because I don't want to kill you guys with over too much information. Because ironically, that's almost a double-edged thing with this episode, and I'll talk about that near the end of the review. But this episode, another thing. Side note. I'm sorry. I'll get to the review. I promise. Side note. I won't be doing all the episode reviews for this. I'm sorry. I know many people want me to do episode reviews again. I appreciate that you love me that much, and even though my channel is not as big as it used to be, I do still have people mentioning to me like, oh, hey, why don't you do a full episode thing? I work too much in different times to ever say, oh, I can do this. Like, even I'm supposed to have a Gluttony review and I can't do it. So it's hard for me to do episode reviews. So I apologize. I will try to do big episodes though. So like, anytime I think an episode's big and I want to talk about it, you will see a review of it if I can. But I had to talk about the first episode of season 2 because I was watching this in a car because I had to go out, and I was watching in my car on my phone, and I was just looking at it dumbfounded because of just the stuff happening. So we start off, it's the same as always. We just had finished the fight between the white whale. Subaru and Amelia are having a very nice, almost heart-to-heart conversation where Subaru actually talks to Amelia about the fact that Rem, had told him she loved him in the last season. And, he kind of felt like that, he didn't want her to be messed up by it. So he's like, I got to tell you this. And he's struggling to do it, as he's thinking about all the moments that he shared with her and all that. And then the moment came where I knew this episode would not be just all sunshine and lollipops. Where Amelia goes, who's Rem? My face was just like, I was like that for a second. I couldn't believe that they were doing this right away. They didn't miss. I think it's like not even the first 5 minutes of the episode. We go right into who's Rem. Now, if you guys don't remember, the whale when it actually ate anyone or devoured them, it devoured all of their existence. So besides them being dead, obviously, they aren't remembered anywhere. Like people would forget who these people were. And we had this experience where Rem was at one point eaten by the whale at one time. We had this with other people too, and Subaru unfortunately had to deal with that back in the season 1. And then you have this, where you have Amelia looking at a dead face, who's Rem, and you see Subaru's face like just utter like spellbound. He doesn't know what to say. Now we do skip a little bit to see that it was Crush and Rem were in a caravan together, and they were stopped by this mysterious white robed man who he just stood there and obliterated anything that even came close to him. And I think Crush was like trying to tell her caravan just to run him over, and luckily Rem jumped out with her because otherwise they would have all been devoured and destroyed by this wave of white light. And we find out this guy is possibly one of the witch cultists, so that's a problem already because it's those guys are showing some. If you guys remember Betelgeuse alone, that should already show you that these guys have no normal powers. They're very powerful. Let's just put it that way. And I was trying to figure out a different way of wording that, but I couldn't off the top of my head. But then you have the whole fight between Crush fighting this guy and trying to use one of her sword swings at him, and even with the wave of energy that we know could destroy most people in one hit, he was unaffected. He just pushed away like, oh no, I was trying to have a conversation, you interrupted me by doing that, how dare you, and actually hits her and takes her arm off like it was nothing. That was mystifying to me. Unfortunately, we have another enemy, which I think is named Gluttony, and Gluttony also apparently could do what the white whale was able to do by devouring people and stealing their memories and stealing their existence from people. So did something very similar. Ends up getting to fight with Rem because Crush is already basically not able to fight anymore. Rem, as strong as she is and as powerful as we know she is, isn't able to do crap. She unfortunately gets destroyed by both of them, and luckily though is still alive. It was good news at least that she was still alive. Subaru does find her, and after some speeches of trying to saying, I have to go back, I have to fix this because of course obviously Subaru has his a return to time thing, his power. He tries to kill himself and learns that the checkpoint that he has established is back in the caravan. So whatever happens from here on to there, this is now a battle he must deal with after the fact. So Rem and Crush, their damage has been done already. So now he has to figure out a way to save Rem from her being basically in a coma now with no memories, and save also Crush, who also lost her memories. Now I think what's intriguing is that we get more this is a very dialogue-heavy episode. I mean, besides the whole fight with the man in the white robe and Gluttony, it's very simple from that on. It's just more talkative, and I kind of like the way they did it because they're going for the emphasis on what's going on, what's going to happen now. Felix surprisingly came out of left field with trying to say I said she. We all know what Felix really is. That he wants to dissolve the allegiance that they had, because remember, prior to the white whale, they decided to have allegiance because they knew for a fact that they could not individually take down this whale. This whale was too powerful, and together that was the only best bet to stop this whale, who was a threat to all of them, not just one of them. But Felix is like, no, Crush got hurt, and realistically, if we keep this allegiance going, there's no good thing for all of us. Wilhelm right away is like, no, we should keep it going. Subaru gets pissed off because, they definitely need to keep it going. And even Crush, who has lost most of the memories of who she is like, no, we have to keep this going because ultimately she knows, I think in the deep depths of her heart, that all of them together are a stronger force than just individually. So that was interesting to see that. I was very surprised coming from Felix of all people. I know Felix loves Crush, but at the same time, it's like, you wanted to dissolve this allegiance when especially this is when you need it the most, because right now you're facing a threat that is possibly stronger than all of you, and you're going to dissolve allegiance? Why? Now, the episode ending is, I think, the highlight and the pinnacle of the whole episode, where, Subaru's at Rem's bedside and is talking to her and trying to explain that, he knows he messed up. He feels so useless. Even Amelia comes in and tries to, coddle him and tell him, it's not your fault, etc. If this was Subaru from Season 1, he would have just went, nah. He's just start crying. He would have just kind of fell apart. Because we've seen that happen in Season 1. Subaru was As strong as Subaru has been in the series, he's had his moments where he was weaker. Near the end of season 1, he started to get stronger. He started going, realizing his power. He started to realize his curse of, dying and coming back, via checkpoints. But at the same token, he was showing himself being strong, and still human but stronger. He still cries. He still lets loose all of his tears because he knows that he failed Rem, and ultimately he loves Rem as much as he loves Amelia. He shares a love with both of them because he knows how much Rem means to him. But instead of just falling apart, he makes a proclamation that I think is going to be like famous for Subaru. Said that her hero was coming for her to save the day. For a fact that Subaru is not going to give up this season. He's going to push harder than I think anything else. He's going to have his moments where he probably falter a little bit, but his team will be able to kind of bring him back up, and he will fight. And I think that's one of the best things about Subaru is that you can already see that he's going into a whole new realm, and I'm so happy to see that. I think his character has definitely undergone a transformation in its own right. Now, what I would love to see from season 2 is a fighting Subaru. I would like to see Subaru actually be able to fight a little more. I know Subaru has some bare minimum powers. I mean, besides the whole thing of him going back in time, like, if he dies, that's a great power. That's all right, but we've seen already what it does to his mental state, so he can't keep doing that all the time. I want to see Subaru learn how to fight a little bit. I think that would be interesting. He's never going to be Wilhelm strong. Come on, we know this already. He won't even be Reinhardt. He won't be that strong either. But he will be strong, I think, and I think he needs to learn some fighting styles. And I think that would be pretty cool if he learned some magic, like more stronger magic than he has already in this second season coming. Now, for those who I know are going to say, "Oh, I read the light novels, I know what's going to happen," please, I beg of you, I implore of you to keep a lot of the knowledge to yourself. You could say like, "Oh, you're not gonna know what's going to happen next. You're gonna be so excited for it." That's fine. I have no issue with that. But myself, while I don't care about spoilers that much, I don't get like super riled up like some people do. Like, I'm not gonna start flame wars and stuff like that because you spoiled something for me. I'm used to it. It's in the anime community, spoilers are like an everyday affair. I'm not gonna be worried about that. I would like to avoid spoilers if I can, hopefully. But if it happens, it happens. But for the people that are commenting, and for the people that are watching these reviews and stuff like that, please do not do that because other people will get mad and upset. I don't want other people to have issues and then be afraid to watch the video because they think someone in the comments will tell them how this whole season will play out. Because I know for a fact that we're going to get to that part. We're going to have that. If I see any comments that do that, I will have to unfortunately delete them. It's no offense to you. It's just the fact that I want to avoid mass amounts of spoilers. Anyways, guys and girls, let me know what you thought of this episode. The return of ReZero, as we all know, is been a long time, man. We've needed it. I've been looking forward to this for so freaking long. It's not even funny. It's I didn't know if we'd even get a second season with all the stuff that's happening. The craziness of the world currently it's hindering so many shows from airing on time, and a lot of shows have been delayed, obviously, because of the pandemic. But hopefully you guys stay safe during these troubling times. If you guys ever need to talk, I'm always open on Twitter. You can always message me and say if anything's on your mind to vent about stuff like that. I'm always free to do that for you guys. I love you guys all. God bless you all. Like I said, I will try to do reviews for this as best as I can. Please bear with me. It's hard. It's working 2 jobs and doing this at the same time. As even a side thing, is very hard. It eats into my own personal time, and I have very little personal time. So I apologize, guys. I know you guys want more reviews and videos and stuff like that, and I appreciate the people that are still following me. I have 2,000 something subscribers, but I noticed my last 10 videos I've barely even hit more than 200 in total views wise. It's okay. I'm used to that by now. So if you guys do like the content and you do want more reviews, obviously, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video as much as possible. Let's see if we can bring my channel back up from the depths of despair that it's from. I'll talk to you guys later. See you all in the next review. Bye bye, everyone.